Good afternoon, and thank you to our witnesses for joining us this afternoon. The purpose of this hearing is to examine how environmental research and development protects our nation's water systems from cyber threats. These threats come from foreign adversaries, malicious actors, and ransomware gangs seeking to exploit vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure. Just last month, the Environmental Protection Agency, the FBI, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, and the National Security Agency issued a joint advisory warning the water sector about an urgent cybersecurity threat linked to Iran-affiliated actors. My home state of Florida has already seen the consequences of cyber issues in our own water systems. In 2021, a cyber lapse in Oldsmar, Florida, led to a situation where sodium hydroxide levels in the water supply were increased for a brief period from normal treatment amounts to deadly levels before quickly being reverted. During my time in Congress, I've been a strong advocate for increased funding for local water districts. Through the FY26 appropriations process, I helped secure $13 million in community project funding requests to support critical water and wastewater improvements across Florida's 18th district, including meaningful upgrades in Auburndale, Bartow, and Lakeland. Now in FY27, I'm supporting Polk County with several new projects as well as other water infrastructure upgrades across Hendry and Highland counties. These projects are essential, but they only scratch the surface of the real need. Fewer than 20% of Florida's utilities currently meet the Department of Homeland Security standards for ransomware preparedness, and aging infrastructure only compounds the challenge. That's why I'm continuing to advocate for additional funding in FY27. The far-reaching implications of a successful cyber attack that disrupts water treatment and distribution systems cannot be overstated. In addition to public health and safety concerns, the obvious concerns, access to clean and safe water is foundational to economic growth. A cyber attack on water systems could lead to widespread ramifications across different sectors, including chemicals, manufacturing, and energy, all of which depend on abundant access to water. It could also severely impact emergency response operations, hospitals, firefighters, and food production. The water sector is vulnerable because many utilities, especially small and rural systems, rely on ratepayers to fund the upgrades. Oftentimes, they lack the resources to invest in cybersecurity and modernization. As infrastructure ages and technology becomes more interconnected, limited funding leaves these systems increasingly exposed to cyber threats. At the same time, water systems are rapidly digitizing. Many are adopting AI management tools, smart sensors, remote controls, and cloud-based platforms. Most importantly, utilities are increasingly dependent on supervisory control and data acquisition systems, which are some of the highest risk targets for cyber attacks. These technologies can greatly improve efficiency, especially for small and rural systems, but they also increase potential attack pathways and make incidents harder to detect. That is why we must continue supporting research and development that produces affordable, cyber-resilient technologies for the water sector. Security cannot be treated as an afterthought and must be built into these systems from the start through approaches like CISA's Secure by Design framework. We have a responsibility to ensure utilities of all sizes can access technology that is resilient, secure, and practical to deploy. Strengthening the research ecosystem and investing in innovation will defend our critical infrastructure. I'm hopeful today's hearing will help identify the research and development priorities needed to strengthen and protect our water infrastructure from cyber threats. I look forward to today's testimony and discussion.